Today we are in Bass Pro, and thanks to Bass Pro for sponsoring this year for sure. It looks like a Tracker Protein 175, which is very similar to the one that we're looking here behind us. This is a
190.
This is a 190. So
similar boat.
The award-winning Tennessee WildCast is on the air with the latest on hunting, fishing, boating, wildlife watching, and all things outdoors. Make welcome your host, drummer and outdoor expert novice, Jason Harmon.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of Tennessee WildCast. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We got a great show for you today. We are at the Bass Pro Shops here in Sevierville or Kodak, right here at the interstate. If you're going to Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg, you pass this place all the time. And I got Mr. Matt Cameron helping me co-host today. We're glad to be in his area of the state.
Man, just love having y'all come back to East Tennessee from time to time, brother.
Yeah, it's fun to come back. Appreciate you helping me co-host today and share about the Tennessee Conservation Raffle. And we're excited to have Mr. Cody Macon with us from Greenville, Tennessee. Cody,
it's good to be here.
Cody won last year, so I'm excited to hear about.
Closer to it, maybe it'll rub off on me,
Yeah, rub
man.
your shoulder on there. I'm excited to hear about the hunt, how it went. He actually got to go on the governor's one-shot turkey hunt, so I'm excited to hear about the hunt, hear about what it was like getting the call and all that fun stuff. And we're also going to highlight some of the packages today, and of course we're in Bass Pro because Bass Pro is a sponsor.
Big sponsor.
This boat behind me is very similar to the one you could win if you buy a ticket this year. They also have the Tracker side-by-side, so that's an option as well in one of the other packages, and we're going to cover those today. But first, let me say this, though. Mid-South Ford Dealers have been a huge sponsor with the raffle this year with the opportunity to win a new Ford vehicle, $50,000 toward a new Ford truck or SUV or sedan or whatever you want, I guess.
Talking about real money now, and you get up into the 50K zone with this thing, man.
Yeah, so it's a big raffle this year and a lot of opportunity. So let's jump in with Cody. Cody, tell us about yourself. Tell us what you do, and then we'll jump into how the raffle experience was last year.
Well, I'm from, like you said, Greenville, Tennessee. I work at John Deere building the zero turns and the little riding lawnmowers. And I graduated from South Green High School in 2010. I spent a little time in the military, not very long, but I went in whenever I was 20 or 21 in 2012 and stayed in there for a little while. I was a 12 Romeo, which is an interior electrician, and I'm trying to get back in school so I can finish doing that and maybe get a job in doing some of that because I really enjoyed it whenever I was in there.
Cool.
And that's pretty much who I am.
That's who you are.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you for that, and I'm sure those guys and gals out there riding the John Deeres are thankful for what you do there too.
Let me tell you, I got a John Deere zero turn, a small one, but when I got it, I let my middle son Mason drive it. He'd never driven a zero turn, so he eased his way into it, dude. But once he got going on that thing, man, it was, fast as he could go, whip that thing around and back. And when we got done, he said, "Dad, when we die, when we get to heaven," he said, "if we get to mow yards, I hope they have zero-turn mowers." Tickled me to death, man.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Well, Cody, last year, not the first year of the raffle, but it was a big year for the raffle, and we had 7 packages. And what were you thinking when you bought your tickets? And were you thinking you were going to win, or what was the thoughts there when you saw the raffle was available?
Nah, I didn't think I'd win. I'd seen it come up a couple times on my email and stuff whenever it first come out, and I was like, I'm not going to buy any. I was like, I don't have a chance of winning anything. And then I think it was like the last 2 weeks of it, I was just finally like, well, whatever. I was like, I'll just throw $50 at it and get 3 tickets. I was like, at least I could donate to it. And then I remember woke up by my fiance at I think it was 9 or 10 in the morning. And she was like, "Have you checked your phone?" I was like, "Well, I'm asleep, so I don't really know how I could do that." And she was like, "Well, you need to check it." So I checked it, and there was a couple people from where I work that had messaged me and stuff and was like, "Hey, have you looked at this?" And my cousin texted me and was like, "Hey, is this you?" And I looked at it, and it was a picture from the raffle, and I was like, well, yeah, but what is that? And they was like, this is the raffle for the people who won. And I was like, oh, well, that's cool. And then whenever Johnny, I think he was the first one that called me.
Johnny Allred from the foundation, yeah.
He called me and was like, hey, I just wanted to congratulate you on that you won. And I was like, okay, so I did win. And I was like, okay. And it was pretty neat. I never expected to win it.
Yeah. So so you ended up with, I mentioned before, the Governor's one-shot turkey hunt. That was the package you ended up receiving. Was that your first choice, or what was available once you got notified? What were your choices?
Well, I think they waited until they had notified everybody before you could pick what you wanted.
Okay.
But the turkey hunt was my first.
Okay, awesome.
Was my first option because I just figured I'd like to do the turkey hunt more than the other ones.
Yeah. Did you grow up turkey hunting? Have you turkey hunted a lot?
I've not turkey hunted very much, but it's still fun. I've always liked doing anything outdoors.
Yeah.
Any kind of hunting, fishing. That's pretty much where we spend most of our holidays, is at the lake fishing or anything like that. Mm-hmm. Or whenever growing up, me and my cousin run around in the woods all the time, squirrel hunting, or just if we was just out walking.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much where I grew up at, is just in the woods.
That's cool.
You probably know this, but Greene County is one of the top counties in the state for turkey hunting. I mean, you got all these middle West Tennessee counties that are up there, but it's consistently probably second every year in turkey harvest. So you live in turkey country, in case you didn't know it.
Yeah.
Get to know somebody that's got farms, and you're there if you like to turkey hunt.
I grew up in the South Greene area. We used to have a lot of turkeys out there. You could go outside, hear them calling. You could see them going up the hill behind our house. But it kind of dwindled down whenever I think it was like 2 or 3 packs of coyotes moved in. And then you really didn't see them that much. But where I live now in the Midway area, we can go outside and you can hear them calling. And they even get as close as probably like 100 yards away from our house. Mm-hmm. They're just really not bothered by anybody. And I'm pretty sure we even have a family of bald eagles that live back there somewhere, because you can hear them every once in a while. Wow. I've just not had the time to go and see if I could find where they was at, or if they was actually nesting back there.
Yeah, well, that's cool. That's awesome. Well, so you bought 3 tickets, $50 worth, and you get the call, and you choose to go out with Preston Pittman. Tell us what that was like. Preston, if you don't know Preston, he's a champion caller, turkey caller. He's got a line of camo, and he's just an awesome dude. He's a funny guy. But tell us what that was like, hanging out with Preston.
It was fun. He's a good guy. He can do stuff with a turkey call I don't really understand how you can do with it, but it was fun. He was a great guy to hang out with. We talked for a while, and he told me about what he does and everything, and asked me a lot about what I do, and he pretty much made it like a point to get to know what I do and who I am and everything like that. It just wasn't a thing for him to just like a job or whatever.
Yeah, let me show you how it's done. He even wanted your input. That's cool. Yeah. That's cool.
It was fun, and I'll do it again.
And you got or he offered multiple calls and things. You just take some of his calls home and
he actually, before we went on the hunt, he actually sent me it was like a hunting duffel bag, and I think that he said it had one of every call that he offers.
Has ever made? Wow.
Wow.
So I guess probably plenty of box calls and slate calls and mouth calls and all that fun stuff.
There was a bunch of them. I opened it and I was like, what is in this? Why is it so heavy? And I opened it, I was like, I don't know if I'll ever use every one of these.
Yeah.
That's a bonus. That's above and beyond what the raffle entailed, right?
Yeah. And then I'm pretty sure he even sent me a full set of his the camo that he has, the long leaf camo.
Yeah.
Outstanding.
Well, remind me, was there a gun involved in that package last year?
Yeah, it's one of the Rite 12-gauge shotguns.
Yeah.
And whenever I first got it, I was like, I've never heard of this before.
Yeah.
So I had to Google it, and I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
But it's a nice shotgun.
Yeah, they are nice. That's awesome. So, I mean, if you're listening right now or watching and you're thinking about buying tickets, I mean, go buy tickets, because I mean these packages are packed full of awesome stuff. All the the information is there on the website about something. The estimated values of some of these packages. Obviously the truck is $50,000, the Ford option there, but there's a lot of fun stuff there to choose from. Matt, what you got there?
Yeah, it looks like they're giving away a TriStar Viper G2 Turkey 410 shotgun in bottomland camo.
Oh, I heard a lot
this year.
Yep, Johnny told us about that, or it was Joey was on the show last and told us about that shotgun. I've heard they're hard to get, but they're an awesome gun. So
yeah, let's say if you're shooting that tungsten TSS in those things,
yeah,
you can reach out and touch a target with a 410, man.
410, yeah.
50, 60 yards is ridiculous. If you can find ammo to shoot in them these days. Did you get to shoot your gun by chance?
I've shot it, but I didn't get to shoot it on the hunt.
Yeah, we were talking earlier. How did the hunt go? How did it end up?
Well, I didn't get one, but it was still worth every bit of just for the experience of it.
Yeah.
The first place that we went, we sat for a couple hours and waited, and we seen 2 hens, but never seen a Jake or a gobbler or nothing like that. Then the second day we went, we got there early in the morning. I think it was about 6 o'clock, and they actually flew down in front of us, but they was far enough away that we couldn't get a shot on it. So they walked around behind us, and he asked if I wanted to get up and try to get around in front of them, and I was like, well, yeah. I was like, we can do that. So we got up and got into this barn, and then as soon as we got into the barn, they turned around and came back. So we got stuck in the barn because they was walking past us. No. Then they got behind I think it was a cedar or a pine tree.
Yeah.
And I couldn't see them. Then they took off and flew at us and went over top of us into the other field. So we sat and waited for them to come back. They finally made their way back down across the creek and couldn't get a shot on them because they was behind trees. And then as we were sitting there waiting, he said that he seen something on across the field but couldn't tell what it was. And it was actually a coyote that was coming over to us. Wow. And it was chasing deer. And it just kind of looked at us and then took off in the opposite direction. And the turkeys was still there, but couldn't get
them in range.
Yeah, whenever they got into a clear spot, you could get a shot on them. You couldn't without hitting. I think there was 3 or 4 jakes and one pretty good size one, but they all wanted to stay right on top of them because if we would have shot at them, we'd have hit all of them.
Yeah.
So he had a fan with him that you clipped onto the barrel of your gun, and I was like, well, I'll crawl out there if I can.
That's some cool technology that people are trying to use these days.
Yeah, but it was nice. It was fun. Yeah. It was worth it.
That's cool. And then you got to experience the one shot. That's what's cool about that package is you have the governor's one shot experience. You get to go to the dinner and all that fun stuff. It's part of that.
Yeah, I actually didn't get to go to the dinner because of all the COVID stuff.
Oh, gotcha.
Whenever they started pulling it back, it was supposed to be the weekend of, I think, Easter weekend. Mm-hmm. And whenever they started pulling everything back, it was supposed to be outdoors, I guess, under a tent at first. Yeah. And then whenever they started pulling everything back and they said that you could gather more in groups and stuff like that, they moved it to the next weekend and put it inside. But I still went with Preston. We still went the weekend that it was supposed to be because...
Oh, I got you. So they accommodated even though you didn't get to go to the festivities. Yeah. That's awesome. They
told me that I could either go that weekend with Preston or I could go the next weekend, and they would just put me with somebody. And I was like, well, I already told Preston that I would go with him, and I made the commitment for that, so that's what I was going to stick with.
That's cool. And that's cool that the foundation works with you on some of those packages, too. Stuff like that happens. COVID happened, and it's put a damper on a lot of stuff. Well, that's cool. All right. So let's highlight some of these packages if you want to. Matt, we've mentioned the Ford package. That's Mid-South Ford dealers. You can chance to win a $50,000 voucher toward a new truck, SUV, or whatnot there. So that's pretty cool. And then today we are in Bass Pro, and thanks to Bass Pro for sponsoring this year for sure. It looks like a Tracker Pro Team 175, which is very similar to the one that we're looking here behind us. This is a
190.
This is a 190. So
similar boat.
Similar boat, maybe just a little shorter. I'm not sure what the numbers mean, but this right here is a an awesome boat, I would take a 175 as well.
I'm guessing that's a 19-footer, and the 175 is probably a 17.5.
17, okay.
Just a little bit shorter
Perfect.
boat.
Yeah. So that's a cool package this year. And then the other Bass Pro package is the UTV. UTVs are crazy these days. They can do just about anything. The tracker, looks like this one comes with a utility bed and all kinds of options there for the farmer, for the hunter, for whatever you
Absolutely.
may be. So that's cool. And the one that started it all was the elk package. The elk hunt was kind of what got this going. It's what got the raffle started. So that's still a cool package with a gun and scope in one of the better hunting locations.
Yeah, the top zone.
Yeah, but you being from up in this area, Matt, your experience that zone is
it's almost a guaranteed opportunity.
Yeah.
There's never a guarantee when you go hunting or fishing, but they're there. The big ones are there, and you would have a great opportunity to take a trophy bull in that zone. So that would be hard to turn down for Matt Cameron if he were to get drawn. $50,000 towards a truck would be nice, but it's still something material. With that experience of getting to go hunting with Preston Pittman and all that action, that's something that you take with you the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And, you get a gun on top of that with that package. So for me, that would be the top pick. That gun's a Weatherby Mark V. Looks like a Weathermark LT270 Weatherby Magnum. So a heck of a gun. Scope, boots, and looks like what are the other deals right there? Are you familiar with those?
Yeah, the Tetra. I just learned about the hearing system that they offer. From what I've heard, these things can be tuned for a waterfowl hunter, for a deer hunter, for a turkey hunter, depending on what you're hunting. They've got a package for you to be able to hear what's around you better and what species you're hunting, and then also to protect your ears from the gunfire and things like that. So it's
cool.
a pretty cool option, and I look forward to having them on the show sometime just to learn more about those things and what all they offer.
How many times have you been deer hunting, for example, and heard the deer before you saw it? I mean, especially when it's in fall and it's dry, you hear that thing coming. Well, as we get older, our hearing's not as good, and I'm not getting no younger, I tell you that. So that would be a great benefit. Or a lot of times you'll hear ducks and geese before you see them when you're hunting. So if you can pick up on that stuff before you see it, that's half the battle, because if it sees you before you see it, most of the time it's game over when you're hunting something. I've experienced that way too many times, so this would be a great advantage.
Yeah, if you could hear it coming, for sure. It's like sometimes I'll look up and there they come, and you never hear them. It's like, dang, slip in on you, and if you're not paying attention, you're busted. So
everybody's heard the deer hunt. If you've ever deer hunted, you know what that means. That means you're probably screwed.
Yep, for sure.
Speaking of deer hunting,
the President's Island package. I mean, most everyone in Tennessee knows what President's Island is. I mean, it's an amazing place that grows amazing deer, and they're kind of landlocked there, but it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. People put in for that every year in the quota system and get their points and try to build up to go there. And,
10, 12 years it was taken just to build priority to hunt that one place.
Yeah.
So you're gambling the whole house just to get to hunt there. And I started 2 or 3 years ago. I've still got a long ways before I get enough priority. But the more popular that place gets, it's going to take even longer as time goes by. So long story short, it's probably the premier place to deer hunt in Tennessee as far as public access goes. You got Fort Campbell and some other places that grow really, really big deer, but that one's right outside of Memphis of all places too, and it just blows people's minds when you tell them some of the best deer hunting in the state is right outside of Memphis, but they're there.
Yeah, and they say that it took a bit of a hit the other year when some of the flooding and stuff like that affected it, but it's coming back. And Joey from the foundation, he finally got drawn last year. He was able to go out there and hunt, and he got a nice buck, and so it's an awesome place, and you should, if you buy a ticket and win that one, that's an option. I'd jump on it.
That's all bow hunting, right?
Yeah, that is a bow hunt. Mm-hmm. So you get a crossbow with that package, tree stand, and all that fun stuff. So
some of the Tetra multi-pursuit amp pods with deer programming, specifically I guess for deer on that package.
Yeah, so it's amazing what they can do with technology these days. We were talking on previous shows that technology has really changed how you can hunt and fish. I mean, some of the side scans and 3D imaging and sonar stuff, and and then the hearing stuff for hunting. It's just
it comes at a cost.
Yeah.
You know, it's the unfortunate thing.
Yeah, for sure. All right, let's hit on this one, the waterfowl package. I've heard good things about that. Last year, we saw some video and some experiences from that hunt. I think if you get an opportunity, you like to duck hunt or want to learn more about duck hunting and win this raffle, this is the one for you to pick because, I mean, these guys know how to do it. They do it upright.
For an East Tennessean, man, that'd be a dream come true to get to go on a duck hunt like that because we're not known for our duck hunting in East Tennessee. You know, there are a few that come through there, and they're hardcore guys that still get after it, you know, but by and large, it's just not great duck hunting. But to get to go out there where they're at and hunt with people that know what they're doing, that would be cool.
Yeah, so Final Flight Outfitters, they were a great partner last year, another great partner this year. Seth Dortch and the guys out there, they're great. So we'll have to have them on the show again. But we hadn't mentioned this. Some of the other packages had some products from Lacrosse and Danner. You know, Lacrosse offered some waders here, but then Danner is offering some boots and some of the other packages.
Absolutely.
You know, it's like all you need, right? I mean, because like Cody mentioned, you know, he got every call he needed. The gun was provided, you know, a camo, and you were ready for the hunt, weren't you?
Yeah, it came with boots and everything. It even came with a pack rabbit, and then it was a little backpack that turned into a chair.
Yeah, I've sat in one of those. Those things are amazing. The pack rabbit system.
It is. They're awesome.
If you haven't seen them and you're watching and listening, go check them out. I'm sure it's packrabbit.com or something like that. Just search them on Google. But pack rabbit systems are amazing,
especially for turkey hunting because you have to move so much.
Yeah,
you know, it's hard to carry a lot of crap with you. Yeah. So that would be really nice to have it right there on your back. And I misspoke earlier. The calls are part of that hunting package. I was just reading this year. So all those turkey calls from Preston Pittman come with that. So it wasn't necessarily a bonus, but it's really, really cool.
Yeah. Oh, it's amazing that he did offer that. I mean, he's offering that out of his pocket, you know.
Imagine.
And that's cool.
What about for the non-hunter, Jason? We got some stuff for them.
Yeah. I mean, non-hunter or hunter, it's $5,000, right?
True.
Are you on the same package I am?
Yep, yeah, Outdoor Adventure Package.
So the Outdoor Adventure Package, Academy Sports and Outdoors is offering a $5,000 gift certificate, gift card or whatever to their store. So I mean,
so you could get whatever you wanted potentially with that.
With $5,000, you could get you a gun and some camo and go hunting, or you could get you a camping a tent and some sleeping bags and a bicycle or whatever you want.
The Academy sells other sporting goods as well. So
yeah,
if you wanted to pick up something else in the sporting good world, it doesn't have to be hunting or fishing related. So there's opportunities if you don't like to hunt, I guess is what I was getting at with that one.
Definitely.
That'd be an awesome one. I could spend $5,000 quickly at Academy.
What's great about these packages this year, it is open for the hunter, for the fisherman, but also for the non-hunter, bird watcher, whatever you are. I mean, you could pick up some binoculars and some gear here for the wildlife watcher. You could win a truck or a car or whatever, you know, $50,000 towards a vehicle to get you to and from these places to take, you know, go watch wildlife or pull your camper or whatever you need. So
yeah, I'm sure if I actually did win and had first choice, my wife would almost guarantee that I picked that $50,000 toward a new vehicle. I just bought a camper and I don't have anything to pull it with. It's a fifth wheel.
There you go.
Yeah, they go a long way on.
You're going to buy some tickets, aren't you?
3/4 ton. Yeah, maybe buying more than 10.
Well, before we run out of time, we got a couple more here, and then the package at the bottom here. But long range shooting package. The Best of the West rifles, they put together a great package to shoot long range. It's fun to do, but this package is really cool, and it's everything you need to target shoot long range or even hunt long range. Let's see, 6.5 Creedmoor, I guess, is the PRC. Yeah. So that's the rifle that comes with the package, and they'll show you how to get that sighted in and lined up, and
hopefully it comes with some ammo, does it?
Yeah, it looks like it does.
There. Man, that right there might be worth as much as the gun right now.
Yeah. But these guys have been a great partner with the foundation to offer some long-range shooting opportunities, and then they're throwing in this package this year, so that's cool. And one of my favorites, I noticed this Henry rifle, this next package.
That's pretty.
It's a pretty gun. It's got the foundation logo on one side and the TriStar on the other.
Oh, cool.
So That's an awesome. It looks like a good old Western rifle, you know.
It does.
And you get TWRA swag to go with it. So that's
what everybody's wanting right there, anyways, right?
That's it.
But I want people to know that you read online when we post stuff about the raffle that nobody wins it. It's rigged and all this stuff. Yeah. It's real.
Yeah.
We're standing next to a dude that
Cody,
really
right here.
He won it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just put $50 to it just to donate something. Never expected to win anything.
Yeah.
And then won one of the guns off of their silent auction. And I actually watched.
Oh, really?
I actually watched one of the Best of the West 6.5 PRCs. They actually auctioned one of those off, and I think it went for just over $8,000 to somebody.
Yeah.
But with that one coming with ammo, I might want that one just so I could have the ammo.
So you've got a gun similar to that.
I have. Right? I have the exact same caliber. It's just not one of the Best of the West.
Gotcha.
But I've been trying to get ammo for it since
forever, I'm sure.
Like the last 4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
I think I ordered some, and they've been on back order. They're supposed to ship the 26th of June, and now they says it won't until the middle of November. I was like, well, at least I'll have them sometime.
Yeah.
Well, I hope so. Before deer season gets here, you can sight that thing in and go hunting, man.
That's cool. I didn't know you won that at the silent auction. That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun. Yeah.
I told my girlfriend, I was like, well, I bid on a gun on that silent auction. She was like, you did what? And I was like, yeah. She was like, I'm going to kill you. I was like, don't worry. I was like, I ain't going to win it. And then it ended, and I was like, okay. And then I got an email. It was like, congratulations. I was like, oh, crap. So then I had to go and be like, well, you see, I accidentally won it. And she was like, what do you mean you accidentally won it? I was like, well, I wanted it, and I bid on it, but it was an accident that I won it. And she was like, no, it wasn't.
That's funny. Yeah, sometimes you get your name on the list there, and you may end up with it. 100 additional prizes. So if you aren't drawn in the first top 10 prizes, there's 100 options. 100 white smooth bone trapper knife with TWRF engraved emblem. So that's another awesome find, awesome win right there. If you don't get the top 10 picks, so
everybody needs a good pocket knife.
Yeah, awesome.
So how do you buy tickets for this thing?
Raffle.twrf.net is where you go to buy them. I'm gonna rattle this off so I don't mess up. 1 ticket for $20, 3 tickets for $50, or 10 tickets for $100. You can buy as many tickets as you want. If you got 100 tickets in the pot, and you get one pulled and you get another one pulled, you can pick 2 prizes. Your tickets are still in there, so get as many tickets as you want. Time is running out. August the 15th at 11:59 p.m. is the deadline. So
got a ticker right there online.
How
many days is that? 39.
From today, it's 39. From when you're watching, it's probably less. So you better get your name in the hat. But anyway, guys, I appreciate you. Cody, thanks for coming out and being on the show.
You're welcome. It was fun.
Awesome. I want to thank Bass Pro for having us here. If you got a chance to get up in the Sevierville area, Kodak, Tennessee, come by and check out the Bass Pro here. So anyway, thank you guys. Thank y'all for watching and listening, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks for tuning in.
All right.
Stay connected with TWRA by visiting our website at tnwildlife.org and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Hey, it's all about Tennessee wildlife. It's what we do. Tennessee WildCast will be on the air again next week. We'll see you then.